What's up, everyone? This is Sut from PriceIsKing.com. I know it's been a while since I posted anything about oil. So I wanted to get right into it. Let's talk about what's going to happen with oil in the next few weeks, into the month, into the summer. We're expected, I would say 100 easily by the summertime. So you got 15 points away from being 100. And that's what's going to get you, right? If you're a long-term swing trader, listen up, watch what's going to happen, watch what I'm about to show you, and you let me know what you think. All right, and let's talk about it. Let's get right into it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Let's talk about oil. Okay, so right now, what you're looking at is the 1 minute chart, and this is intraday chart. I'm going to actually change this up to the daily. Let's take a look and see what's going on the daily charts. As you can see, we had the high way back over here, 130, sometime back in, let's see, it's been some time now, okay? And this was a little over a year and a half ago that we've seen that high. But as you can see, right around, summertime, it gets high, comes back down in the winter, back in the summertime, goes back up high. And then we're right about creeping back up to the high. Summer's right on the corner, but what I'm really focused on is what's going on with the war with Israel and Iran. So that's going to drive up the oil price. So if you're watching oil, listen up, all right? What the chart is about to show you and what we're talking about with the war, you see what happened today. This is going to drive up the oil prices into the summer, all right? And so look, I had my Fibonacci's retracements before here, and they've already hit it, right? When we were at the high, the last video I did, I was anticipating a pullback to the 61.8, and it did happen. I want to zoom in so you guys can see what, I do have a lot of stuff on my chart, and that's okay because this kind of shows you, I have automatic trending support line and resistance line, and I actually have, let me just turn these off. I don't want to show contract change events. I'll take that off for now. Alright, so I had my high over here and my retracements come down, right? So my retracements show that 61.8, that's usually the one that I target, right? The 61.8, and it didn't end up hitting it exactly right around here back in November, and then slowly it creeped itself back up. So I'm gonna actually, let me remove this. All right, and my target actually hit, but it actually hit ahead of time. All right, so I was targeting this area, but it actually hit that area beforehand. I was hoping this come down here, it'll come down here and then go over here, but it actually came down and then went boom and hit that. So that was one of my previous videos if you watch that. All right, so I removed a lot of that stuff. And so what's going on here, right? We're looking at a daily chart. We've seen this downward trend, but then in the recent times we've seen this upward trend. Where are we going with this? We have a RAM indicator that's way above the RAM indicator. There's some continuous pressure up. Let's add the retracement and see we're going to actually add the extensions. And before we get into that, I want to kind of take a few minutes to show you. Right now I actually have my custom MACD Pro installed, but if you were to actually go ahead and add the regular MACD, you'll see that actually, let me move this up. There's a crossover event that's about to happen, right? You've seen the upward trend. There's a cross. You see this slightly higher highs. You got bigger mountains from the previous high that showed continuous upward movement. There's going to be a crossover event, which is going to drive the oil prices a little bit slightly down. But you know what? Come Sunday, today, when it opens up, you will see this one pop. Okay, when it pops, this is going to go turn upwards. It's going to create another mountain. You're looking at the 5 minutes, you got the 15, the hour, and the daily, right? And right now, we've seen this trend going up. We're going to have a dip. It's going to go shoot easily to 90, and then in the next, I would say, few weeks before the summer starts, that 90 pretty much is going to try to hit the 100. Okay, and so why do I say that? We have support lines down here. What do we have here? We've already broken this support line, and it's actually gone up. The next target it's going to go is going to try to hit this mark rate, which is the 89.85, and I wouldn't be surprised if it breaks when it opens, this 89 number, right? And when that breaks, what's going to happen? Right? When the upside, the next upside is what? We're going to be looking at, if I zoom out, if you break this 89, the next upside is 95. Okay, so when you're looking at oil, when you looking at it for a swing perspective, this is the two things, the 2 points that you want to look at. Okay, you got this 89 and then a 95. As soon as it breaks 95, obviously it's not going to happen instantly, right? It's going to take a few days, weeks, slowly creep up. As you can see, these, you'll have green candles come down with a red candle, green candle come down, boom, boom, boom. As long as we're above these moving averages, and we continue to stay above these moving averages, we're going to see an upward trend. Okay. One of the things I didn't have on this chart because it was already cluttered was the Bollinger Bands, right? I didn't have the Bollinger Bands, and so I had a lot of information so cluttered I didn't want to make it in this video, but let me try to remove some of these things. Let's see what we got here. So let me add the Bollinger Bands. And just to kind of give you an idea, right? You want to see where things stack up, right? You got the upper, you got the lower, you got the mid. You see the mid band is actually holding it in. And the past couple of days, you see it's trying to break through the mid band, but it's not allowing it. Mid band's not allowing the breakup. And tomorrow, this thing is going to pop up. And so mid band's going to be pretty solid support area. It's going to try to stack up to the 88, easily break this high. And remember, it's going to try to, once it does that, it's going to go for the 89. All right, so let me know what you think about this, what you think, so what your thought are on oil, right? Outside of the macroeconomics about what's going on outside of the U.S., the fundamentals. That's what that is, really, right? You're going to start seeing different countries manipulate the game. They're going to talk about how they're going to lower the number of barrels that they're going to try to, release and whatnot and put it in reserve. You'll see a lot of those email headlines come out. When you see those are indications that they want the price to be high. They really don't like price being low, okay? They control the oil prices. And when they see it below 100, they're going to try everything that they can to try to bring it back close to 100. And over again, you'll see, if you take a step back, you'll see that, average, obviously, this is the thing, but they really hate it. Anytime you see really, really low numbers, right, look at the 60s. When you see 60s, you just always buy. Okay, there's no way think the Middle East is gonna like a $60 oil prices. Right. Anytime it comes down this way, always takes it back up. Comes down this way, always takes it back up. Comes down to the 60s, back all the way up to the 80s. Okay? And they're gonna keep pushing it. And honestly, they're not gonna just push it with one spike, right? They're not just gonna be like, okay, you know what, we're stopping all the production. That'll kind of show that they're in control, so they don't do that, right? They'll anticipate the down. When they come down, they themselves will go ahead and buy this at a really cheap price, and then they'll make announcements. Hey, I'm going to do this. The country's doing this. They're going to do that. And then United States has to come and try to play their games of releasing more oil into the market and whatnot, right? But from a chart perspective, this is what you're seeing. Right? You're headed towards the high. It's going to break. It's going to break this high, and then it's going to try to break the 95. When it breaks the 95, easily it's going to go to 100. Let me know your thoughts. PriceIsKing.com. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe.